right, we're here for day 2 of the Psychic Tendencies Challenge, and I can't be more excited to share with you. I'm a little bit late. I had some technical difficulties jumping on to the live because I wanted to share it on my YouTube channel, Brandaline Johnson. If you're watching on there, please push like and subscribe and share with your friends. And I'm also live inside our it's called Your Spiritual Awakening Community on Facebook. That's our group there. And I'm also going to be recording this for the Craving Consciousness podcast. I feel like this training needs to get out to a lot of people. So the reason why I'm doing this Psychic Tendencies Challenge is to help you better understand, who you are, what you're capable of, and why you came here, and kind of awaken you to trying to help you awaken to sorry, I got distracted. To, like I was saying, what you're capable of, why you're here. And the reason why I'm doing this challenge is because this is why I'm here, is to help people understand why they're really here, understand their life purpose, and dive into developing their energetic receptors. So the reason why a lot of this is happening is because the frequency of the planet is shifting more and more. And because of that, more and more people are waking up. And when I say waking up, I'm talking about they're either waking up because they're having their energetic receptors, which psychic people call our clairs. Their energetic receptors are firing and misfiring. They're having random psychic experiences because as the planet's energetics shifts, so does yours. And so this is why we can't stay the same. We can't stay in the same paradigm. Everything's shifting and people are waking up and they have no idea what to do. So either they're waking up because of their energetic receptors are firing and misfiring and they're having these random experiences, which I'm going to be asking you guys questions if you're having these experiences so that you can better understand which clair or which psychic ability you may develop into and what that might look like for you. Or these people are waking up because they're realizing through the media, through other people that are waking up, that we have been controlled. And they realize that the world's being controlled. And then they start realizing that they've been asleep to the fact to that. And now they want answers. Now they're pissed off. Now they're like, wait a minute, this world isn't like what I thought it was going to be like. And so now I want to know and I want to explore more about what is really going on here, right? What is really happening on this planet? And what part do you have to do with it? So people that are waking up, they don't know what to do. They don't know who they are. They don't know why they're freaking here. They don't know why they were being controlled in the first place, right? And what they are actually capable of and why the hell they're actually here on this planet. This is why I get so passionate about it. And yes, Spirit and I sat and journaled before we jumped on here because I really wanted to cover a lot of this. If you guys are watching on the live, hello, say hello. I don't necessarily maybe see your comments, but if I do and you have questions about some of this, I will answer. So yay. Engage with your audience. Okay. All right. And I see comments here in the Facebook group. So say hi if you're here live. If you're watching the replay, say replay. It helps keep it bumped up in the algorithm and more people are going to be able to get this valuable information. So the first thing we're going to talk about on today's training is clairsentient tendencies. Clairsentience is physical psychic feeling, okay? Physical psychic feeling. And most people have actually experienced this, probably more so than the other clairs that I've been talking about. If you didn't see the training for yesterday, we talked about psychic seeing, clairvoyance, and psychic hearing, clairaudience. But today we're talking about physical psychic feeling and emotional psychic feeling. And clairsentience is, I think, by far my most favorite clair. It's one of my strongest. I'm very clairsentient and I'm very clairvoyant. I'll be doing a couple other little trainings about this stuff too. But on Friday, you guys, I have this huge announcement coming up that's going to help you embrace all of yourself. So most of you guys haven't had these types of experiences. So go ahead and share with me, wave your hand in the air, put in the chat if you have had these experiences. With clairsentience, goosebumps is like the number one all around what we would call an agreement with spirit. right? So goosebumps usually mean yes, 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 validation bumps. We call those validation bumps in the spiritual world. But you guys have all had goosebumps at certain times in your life. That is clairsentience. It's a physical feeling. You physically feel something, and it actually usually means something. For us, it usually means yes, yes, yes. Keep going, keep delivering that message because you're on point. You're on point. But most general normal humans have had those goosebumps come at certain times. It's physical feeling. Another one would be to help you guys understand, wrap your head around clairsentience in a simple way, is your gut feeling. Clairsentience is your gut feeling. So if you've ever felt really sick, if you walked into a place and just been like, I feel sick in here, I don't want to be in here, that's clairsentience. Or the hairs on the back of your head stand up. We hear people say that all the time. Like, I got the heebie jeebies, the physical feeling, the heebie jeebies. That is what we would call clairsentience. So if you experience this a lot, then that means you have more clairsentient tendencies. And then I'm going to share in a minute about once developed what that looks like, because it's pretty crazy. I love it. Here's another interesting one is have you guys ever felt something or someone like get into bed with you like in the middle of the night, like maybe your past love pet or your past loved one, you're like, oh my God, or maybe you didn't know what it was, but you felt something like get in bed. So that's like a physical feeling, physical psychic feeling that's happening. Now, maybe it really was happening. Maybe the bed was actually moving and that would be crazy, right? But this is just the tip of the iceberg, these little experiences that you have, right? Feeling sick in the bad environment, the hairs on the back of your neck, getting the goosebumps. The bed moves when someone sits there. I love to tell this story. Have you guys ever seen the movie Total Recall with like Arnold Schwarzenegger? And he like ends up going to like Mars, and there's like an alien there, and I think his name's Kuatu. Whenever I do a training on clairsentient tendencies, I always talk about the alien because in that movie, the alien comes out of this other guy's stomach, and he's a psychic, and he's actually a psychic in the movie. And he comes out and he tells the people what's about to come, and he has these predictions and he knows what's going to happen. But the reason why I like to share this is because he comes out of the stomach, and your stomach can tell you way more than if there's danger. Your stomach can tell you way more. Like, for example, like I told you in the beginning, I'm very clairsentient. The problem with you guys going, oh, I got the goosebumps, or I had the heebie-jeebies before, is those are just random experiences, right? Like, you don't know how to use your clairsentience on purpose, because that's what we do. You don't know how to activate your clairsentience so that you know how to use it, right? And you don't know how to exercise your clairsentience so that it gets stronger. You don't know how to do all these things. This is why I have something really big coming on Friday that I'm going to announce to you to help you with all these problems. So myself and my clients that have developed with me that are stronger in the clairsentience, they can, they can use it to feel. Now, let me tell you what they can feel. It's freaking nuts. So I know how a dentist feels in my stomach, right? That sounds bizarre. Like if we were using our clairvoyant psychic seeing abilities, I would see a guy in a white jacket or a girl in a white jacket with her little dentist stuff. And I'd be like, it's a dentist. But clairsentient, I could feel the profession of a dentist. I know what the profession feels like in my stomach. I know what the state of Texas feels like in my stomach. I know what the country Turkey feels like in my stomach. I've never been to Turkey, right? How would I know that? Because I've developed. My clients also know how to feel ailments, a physical feeling, psychic physical feeling. They're able to feel the essence of the dead. This was for me too. When I first started doing my mediumship, I wasn't necessarily seeing them. I don't think I was maybe ready to see them, right? Like, not physically with these eyes, right? But I could feel a dead person come in and physically feel the air change. And then I could feel their essence, and I knew what the essence meant. I knew that my best friend's husband had come to me, and I knew it was his essence. And I started getting people coming to me that either I knew or I knew of, or they were an acquaintance of someone that I did know. And that's how it kind of started, but that's a whole other story. But you could feel the essence of the dead. You could feel the air change. You could feel the essence of their essence. You could drop into alive people's energetic field. This is something I love to teach my clients to do, because when we're able to drop in and feel the energy of our client, physically feel, we become that person. We literally become that person, and we feel who they are. We feel their energy. We feel where their energy is stuck. We feel where they are stuck in their life, right? We feel how their body feels, if it's heavy, if their hips are aching. And then other things, we feel alerted by spirit. This is an interesting thing with clairsentience, is a physical feeling where spirit's like, hey, physical feeling, hey, danger. Physical feeling, hey, I need you to pay attention right now. Physical feeling. So for example, a lot of mediums, right, will have their hair being touched and tingled. And that's the spirit or the dead one, the dead past loved one, being like, I'm here. Hey. They bother us until we tap in and maybe use a different clair. That's for a whole other topic. And then we receive the information. But getting alerted, being poked, physically poked, or getting goosebumps just in one little section. This would be, spirit getting your attention. A neat thing too is like, and I like to use my arms and my hands when I'm tapping in, is I know the feeling with somebody lives far away. My stomach will make a feeling. It's a specific feeling. And now here's the thing, guys, and this is why it's important to keep your eyes open for what's coming, because this is not the same for every person, right? The way my stomach moves when I feel Texas is going to be different for your stomach when you feel Texas. And I love to help train my students to be able to do this, right? It's different for everyone. This is why navigating your spiritual awakening alone just doesn't make sense to me, honestly. I wouldn't be here where I am if I didn't, have a mentor as well. But so how can you use this clairsentience in your life, right? How do I use it? I translate information from my guides. It's a feeling, and they're like telling me, okay, it feels like you need to write a damn book. It feels like you need to move back to Vegas. It feels like, where should I move? If a client asks me, where should I move? I could physically feel the essence of that place. Or for myself, I just did some sessions at a place, and this one lady was like, where do I move? And I'm like, Hawaii. She's like, oh my God, that's where I'm planning on moving. Validation for that lady, right? You can make predictions based on a feeling. You navigate your business, right? I've had hypnotherapy people come through. So anyway, let's jump into, because I know I've been live for a little while here. Let's jump into emotional psychic feeling. Okay. I know that tons of you guys are going to relate to this. Tons of you guys are going to relate to this, because a lot of you guys, we call emotional psychic feeling is empathy, right? So many of you guys are like, I'm an empath. I'm labeling myself this. You see all these memes out there and you're like, oh my God, that's me. All right. So this is emotional psychic feeling. The difference between this clair, if you will, right? It's not really called clair empathy, right? It's called empathy or empath. Is you guys that are going to say yes to all of these symptoms that I'm about to throw you, is because empathy doesn't necessarily need, I don't want to say, okay, empathy more is, it's already happening to you. Empathy is more you need to learn how to manage it. That's what the problem you guys are going to have after I share with you about, are you an emotional psychic feeler, right? So the first thing is, do people ask you, why are you so sensitive? Like, how many of you guys hear that? How many people tell you, why are you so sensitive? How come you're so sensitive? Geez, you're so sensitive. Like it's a bad thing, right? And they say it like something's wrong with you. I know there's tons of you. And yesterday I could not see the comments, and man, that just really bothers me. But I'm going to come back and reply to your comments. So make sure that you're responding so that I know at what part of the video that you're like, yes, that's me. But so yeah, why are you so sensitive? And do you need tons of time alone? A lot of these highly sensitive people, are you considered highly sensitive, right? A lot of these highly sensitive people need time alone. They get overwhelmed in large crowds. A lot of them are introverts, right? Or introverted extroverts, right? There's an introverted part of you. Do you pick up on the emotions of others without being told? And maybe you don't even know you do that yet. So let me ask you the next question is, do you go into like Walmart feeling all happy and grand and all, and then you leave feeling depressed and you want to go home and get in bed for the rest of the day? Like, is that you? Um, that means that you're picking up on the emotions of others without being told. But the thing with empaths, and the problem that empaths have, is they don't know how to manage this energy. And it's like they're just constantly being bombarded with everybody else's because they're so highly sensitive. So they're drained after Walmart. They might, be drained after a party. Those types of things. The other thing too is like when you're in the Walmart, do people just like approach you with their problems, right? Strangers just being like, randomly telling you that they're sick or their husband's dying, or just randomly telling you a recipe or asking you about things in the grocery store and just wanting to get in a pure conversation, or have people asked, or have people just wanting to be standing in your energy. Have you felt that before? Like people might just be like, wow, your energy is so nice, I just kind of wanted to stand next to you in the grocery line. Is that you? I like to call you guys my highly sensitive empath people. I like to call you Santa Claus, because you like have this energetic energy about you that's just like Santa Claus. Like, not just kids want to be around you, but adults and old people and animals. Animals. How many of you guys that are highly sensitive have extreme, animal empathy, really care so deeply for animals? I'm like hitting you guys really hard on this one because it's just so common. I've been teaching this for years and years, since 2012. You feel so deeply. And guess what else your problem is? Yay for problems with empaths, right? Is you're an overgiver. You overgive, you people please, you do things for everybody else. And then guess what? Nobody's there for you when you need help, right? It's a blessing and a curse, empathy. It's a blessing and a curse. I love to call it both because it is both. But and there's different levels of empathy too, right? There's different types of empaths. The interesting thing too is, as long as you guys have signed up for this challenge, there's this huge bonus coming for this weekend, and I'm giving away a whole course on empaths that's valued at several $100s. I'm giving it away as part of the bonuses of what's coming up. But anyways, I could go on and on and on. That's why I have a whole course on it, on just empaths alone. But what I have coming for you on Friday is going to cover the whole umbrella for you, darlings. And so with empathy, the problem is you don't know how to manage the energy. Your relationships may be a hot freaking mess. They may be completely out of balance, right? You might be attracting all these narcissists at work and at home. And oh gosh, like I said, I could just go on. Your relationships are out of balance. You struggle with depression. You struggle with self-worth. You probably struggle with abundance, to be honest, right? Once you manage it, once you develop it, right, through what I'm about to share with you guys soon, my clients that have worked with me to manage it and develop it, their relationships change. Sometimes they completely fall apart because when you learn how to manage it and you stop freaking people pleasing, then you're going to start standing in your power. It's amazing. And so therefore all your relationships do change, including the ones at work, including the ones at home, including your very intimate relationships and your friendships. When things change, it can be uncomfortable, but it is what it is. What's the end result, right? Well, we're going to get into that. But my clients that work with me and developed and learned how to manage their energy are excellent animal communicators. Okay. And yes, I teach that. They're excellent animal communicators because they feel so deeply, because they're so an emotional feeler. Animals are very much emotional based when they're giving you their messages. Your relationships change, like I said. When you develop and you learn how to manage this, you are becoming a healer. Okay. Highly sensitive people are healers. They're probably, before they learn how to manage their energy, they're wounded healers. They're wounded healers, and they're operating from a place of wounded. And so they get in these codependent relationships and stuff. Um, the people that have worked with me and managed and developed their empath, emotional, psychic feeling have less overwhelm. You're standing in your power. The self-love aspect comes up. Your abundance will change, right? New opportunities will come your way when you start standing in your power. They're amazing at mediumship as well. Amazing at mediumship. However, a lot of times, my, highly sensitive, emotional, psychic uh, feelers are too emotional to feel the pain of the people that are still alive. So they're like giving a mediumship reading, and they still feel the pain of the people that are still alive. And so they don't like that feeling. So they don't necessarily always love to do mediumship, but they can do it really well. So based on the 4 little topics that I've covered in the last couple of days, you get to ask yourself, what are your options? What are your options? Noticing these random spiritual experiences coming through. Is it, are you going to keep going with societal norms? Are you going to keep trying to fit in, even though these things keep happening, and in your heart of heart that there's something more to life, that there's something more to yourself, that there's something more that you're capable of, right? Are you going to keep feeling a disconnect to who you really are and what you're capable of and why you're here? Are you still going to keep asking those questions? Are you going to show up for yourself and for us as a planet, for us as changing this new paradigm? Don't you feel it in your stomach? Your clairsentience? Is it your clairsentience going, yes, that's me. Yes, I'm here. Yes, I'm special. Yes, these abilities aren't just for somebody that was born with it, right? So this is why you're here, honey. This is why you're here. And I'm here to help lead the way to your new magical life. So let's do this, you guys. So make sure you sign up for the challenge if you haven't already. It's not too late, because you will get access to some serious bonuses, including like a miniature reading from me, and including money off of something I'm about to offer that's going to solve all your freaking problems right here. And you're going to get that whole free class on how to live as an empath and step into your power as an empath for free. But you have to be signed up for the challenge. I'm going to put it in the comments section below, and it's also in the description section on my YouTube video. So if you haven't connected with me on there, with Brandaline Johnson on YouTube, and if you haven't come to our group on Facebook, it's Your Spiritual Awakening Community, and come and follow me on Instagram at I am Brandaline. I will see you guys tomorrow. We are talking all about mediumship, and if you have tendencies to be a medium. All right, I will talk to you then, 11 o'clock Pacific. Goodbye.